Hey guys, welcome to the New Movie Thing Show, where we talk about new movies out in theaters. This week, we are talking about the new movie, Let's Be Cops. I'm Matt Lieberman.
I'm William Haynes.
Yeah. So this movie is about two friends on the wrong side of 30 who are losers, and they're trying to gain some meaning in their lives. So they put on these cop outfits, and they realize, oh wow, women think we're attractive because we're cops, and hey, we can do whatever we want because we're cops. So let's just be cops.
Coincidentally, all the things that men want all the time is women to want you and men to fear you.
Yeah. First of all, can we just get out of the way that this is the most unfortunately timed movie I think I've ever seen?
This is literally like the worst day it could possibly come out. If any Friday of the year that it shouldn't have come out on was this Friday.
This is the one.
So yeah.
Yeah, the country doesn't want to see two guys dressed as cops getting away with whatever they want.
Because cops do it in real life all the time.
And it's something we're trying to forget about, not think about.
But it's right in our face.
Funny.
I'm sorry.
So yeah, well, what did we think of this movie, Will?
I'm gonna be honest, I don't really like to say mean things about movies because everybody's perspective is different, but for me, the jokes were not for me.
Yeah.
Some of the jokes were good, some of the jokes made me go, oh, yeah. And some of them were like,
I laughed like 3 times in the movie, and I mean, they were pretty decent-sized laughs, but I honestly, and this is us coming like right from the movies, I can't remember what any of them were, which should say something about the type of humor.
There was a lady that was on like some type of drug, that was funny.
That was funny?
That was very funny to me.
That was kind of funny. Oh no, the funniest thing, I don't want to spoil it because it's probably the funniest thing in the whole movie. But basically there's a scene in
Tell it to me.
Okay.
Yeah, tell him about that.
Okay. Well, if if Will says it's okay. No, there's a scene in a hardware store.
That's all you gotta know.
Okay. Basically, the last part of that scene is like funny. It's it's like a visual shock gag.
Yeah, I always rate how funny a movie is.
I
always rate with a T how funny a movie is because I know that I don't have the same perspective as everyone else. Is how the audience laughed at it.
Right.
And whenever we go to see movies, it's really early in the morning and only a few people, but you could hear the whole audience laughing as if it was a full audience at that scene.
At that one scene.
So there was some good parts,
but
I'd say.
Here's the thing, right? So, yeah, the jokes weren't that great, but I think they would have made us laugh harder and we would have felt them more if we gave even a tenth of a shit about our characters. Which, like, the movie starts so suddenly and so weirdly. It's just kind of like it opens on these two guys are just having a conversation like, man, we're 30, life sucks.
Just like the trailer.
Just like the trailer, we're 30, life sucks. Yeah, but, I mean, it could get better. No, we said we would leave back LA and go to Ohio if our lives sucked when we were 30. Aww. And then they have like an incidental run-in with the guy who winds up being the villain of the movie. And then like...
Which is very obvious as you watch it. Yeah.
And then they each just get like one scene.
There are very few surprises in this film.
No, it's like, if you want to go see a movie where you can turn your brain off and you might laugh a couple times and then you can be in the air conditioning, go see this
If you wanted to make out with someone in a movie and not feel bad like you missed something, this is a movie you could do that in.
If you like Nina Dobrev and you're like, I would smash, you should go see this movie.
If you wanted to pretend like you were making out with someone who was in the movie, this is a good movie to go see.
Namely Nina Dobrev.
Nina Dobrev.
Yeah, beautiful. Would you if I'm can be a bit indelicate, would you smash? Out smash. I'd smash into next year.
Okay.
I would smash into next year.
Can you explain to me what that means?
What it means scientifically is we would smash, we would have sex. And then she would physically disappear for an entire year.
So you finish, and then her body is in your hands. I'm not sure how sex goes, but it just disappears. Like you're like, oh shoot.
So like here, imagine hold me as if we had just smashed.
I know that was great for you. Oh, I did it again. Smashed her into next year.
Yep. And then a year later, she would reappear.
No.
And be really pissed off.
Like, geez, I heard you're the smasher into next year.
I mean, sometimes it just happens.
What am I doing with my life?
What else is good about the movie? I mean, there's good people in the movie, and it's one of those times where I'm like bad movies happening to good people.
Yeah.
Cause like I love Damon Wayans Jr. and Jake Johnson. I think they're funny guys from the televisions. I've loved Damon Wayans Jr. since Happy Endings, which is one of my favorite shows of all time.
I probably shouldn't say it, but if Charlie Day was in that role, he would have.
Oh, he would have owned it because, like, he's endearing as a crazy guy.
Yes, he is.
Like, that's the problem. Jake Johnson's character is legitimately insane.
Yes,
legitimately
like,
he's insane. There is not one positive thing that he does in this movie. Like, he acts like they're for selfless reasons, but they're not. It's just because he's got nothing better to do and because his life is crappy. He's just insane and an a-hole and endangering lots of people. So it's like hard to get on his side. Yeah.
Yeah, but Charlie Day is funny and Always Sunny, so I would like other movies, so it would be really good if he was in this movie too.
I think so. The villain looked like some kind of underwear model guy.
He looked like Riff Raff if he wasn't on drugs.
What?
You know Riff Raff the rapper?
No.
Tiptoe in my Jordans.
Oh man,
It looks like him,
I've seen him before.
except not on drugs.
Yeah, I get that.
Gotta go Google it later.
I get it.
Or Google it later.
He's in the movie. Keegan-Michael Key's in the movie for way too brief of a time. He's the funniest part of the movie.
If he could have just spoke in his own voice, it would have been great. But he still was very. You
didn't like the accent.
I didn't like the accent that they had him do, but because it was confusing. It was like I'm doing stereotypical.
It was like
I'm doing stereotypical Mexican, then I'm doing stereotypical Jamaican, then I'm doing gibberish.
Right.
So like
it's supposed to be somewhere between them, and that's supposed to be what's funny.
But maybe
about
that is
it.
the joke, and it just maybe.
But it's not.
I'm the dumb one. I'm the dumb one.
No, that's not the funny part
I'm
of
the
what's
idiot.
going on.
I'm the idiot.
Well, it's okay. You're not an idiot.
Oh, okay. You're right.
Yeah. What else is there to say about this fucking movie? It feels like it takes forever. It's so long.
The movie did feel like, I felt like I was watching Harry Potter, except I wasn't like this the whole time. You see what I'm saying? I'm saying
right, on the edge of your seat.
But I was more like,
oh yeah, I have never seen, and I've seen a few movies with you, Will. I have never seen Will be more bored.
Yeah, I was
during a movie.
I was like, I want to check my phone.
And we saw a sex tape together.
Yeah.
And sex tape, objectively, worse movie than this.
Oh really? Yeah,
I would say so.
Yeah, this movie was funny.
Because at least this had like some action.
I've said a lot of kind of negative things just now, but I want to say that it was better than sex tape, and I did enjoy watching this movie a couple of times during it.
A couple of times. It just felt like everything felt like a vehicle or an excuse to get to the jokes instead of it being a movie in its own right. Like, even if you strip out all the jokes, the story should work and make sense.
Maybe they should have written a really good movie first and then put in jokes.
Yeah, like, I mean, for example, Beverly Hills Cop. Beverly Hills Cop was originally just a straight action movie for Sylvester Stallone. Originally.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And the difference between that movie and the movie that came out with Eddie Murphy is huge, but it only represents 2 different drafts of writing. It was already a solid action movie about a cop whose friend gets killed, he comes to Beverly Hills to investigate, and he discovers a drug smuggling ring.
When I go home this weekend, should I download it illegally and watch it?
I mean...
Cool, whatever you're gonna say. I like it being cut there.
Yeah. I mean, Eddie Murphy has enough money, right?
Oh, definitely.
Well, I mean, how much alimony do you think he pays Nicole Murphy?
Oh, probably. He did a joke in Raw about half, but
yeah.
Whatever.
You ever seen Nicole Murphy?
I think I Googled her recently after I watched Raw.
She's a beautiful woman.
Yeah.
She's a beautiful.
You like a lot of women.
I like a lot of women.
Me too. I'm just more vocal.
I met her in person.
Oh, really?
Very tall.
I knew you were gonna say tall.
Very tall.
We're the same height, so
powerful, statuesque woman.
You like really big Amazonian women?
And other kinds. All of them. I like y'all.
Lieberman, Amazonian women. Tweet me.
Into next year! So, critics also did not like the movie. Rotten Tomatoes only gave it 12%.
12%. That is 1 star on these 5 available stars.
That is a rotten movie.
Yeah, the critics usually are mad about life. So they're like, this movie didn't remind me how I felt for the first time when I went to a movie in 1912. So then they get mad about it.
Right.
So I kind of like let that go.
But that's the thing, like, you know, a movie with like immature humor Like, I understand how it can just not be for them and still be a good movie, but this is not that movie.
Yeah,
you know?
I agree. IMDb, regular folks like I, not regular folks like you because you watch a lot of movies, regular folks like I who go occasionally, gave it a 6.8 out of 10, which is 3.5 stars out of the 5 available stars.
Ooh.
So, yeah.
So, people are digging it decently. I'm just like, you know what? This movie was shot.
Some shots were grainy in the movie. I just want to say there was like during the low light scene, some grain came up because
there was a
they had to raise their ISO to a higher level, which is going to give it some more grain.
Give it a grainier effect.
Gonna give it a grainier effect. I know about movies. Woo! My closing statement is that I couldn't have written a film better than this, so I will not complain.
See, here's the thing, Will. I feel like you could. I feel like you could, and I feel like you could have played. I feel like you could have played either of the main characters, and you would have been fine.
Oh, thank you. I would have made it much stranger than that.
Yeah, but at least the strangeness would work because the movie makes no sense.
Actually, I want to say, towards the end of the movie, it got. Obviously, movies get kind of real towards the end, and it was a little bit stylistic, which I like, and I did like that part.
Oh yeah, like the last 20 minutes where it became more of an action movie,
and it was good.
It was actually pretty well directed. Folks, thank you so much for watching the new movie thing show here on SourceFed Nerd. What do they got going on this weekend, Will? We got book club, we got SourceFed animated. Come back for that. Danny and I read The Giver. We're gonna talk about it. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back next week with another movie. I'm Matt Lieberman.
I'm Matt Lieberman.